Welcome to the Polygon Show. I'm Simone de Rochefort, and I'm joined today by Ashley O.
Hello.
That hair sweep was so beautiful. Everyone needs to do that now.
Nope.
Chelsea Stark.
Do it.
Nope.
Why?
Hi. I'm not doing that.
Allegra Frank.
Hello.
I mean, Rocco.
Rocco, yes. What if we called me Rocco for the rest of the show?
That's a good audio joke, certainly. So let me explain. Allegra is wearing a dress that she got from Hot Topic that was delivered to her right here in the office the other day, which I soundly mocked her for. And then I realized, no, it's a really cute dress based on Rocco's Modern Life.
Yes. This dress is
a show that I hate, but a dress that I love.
Oh my God, Simone. We don't talk about that. It's fine. We're still friends.
Wrong opinion, but fine.
Wrong opinion.
Yeah,
but
for 1 hour a day. Well, for every Thursday from 5 to 6, we're friends.
We're friends,
Yeah.
yes. So I'm wearing this nice, t-shirt dress that is modeled after Rocco's shirt from Rocco's Modern Life. It's literally a cosplay dress. I don't care. It's cute. If you don't know the reference, it's just a cute dress. If you know the reference, it's even cuter.
I called it a Rugrats dress when I first saw it.
That's too, baby. I don't care.
And then my second guess was Patty Mayonnaise.
Oh my
Also
God.
great.
Look, work too.
I was all in the right era
She had the
and
polka
network.
dots.
Yeah. She did have polka dots.
Let's start the day off with a lightning round. Send me the lightning round questions from Twitter, Mr. Studio. I'm never going to say those words again. This is from Owen Lars, too. I just saw the trailer for the Harry Potter mobile game and was wondering if y'all get as much perverse pleasure as I do remembering my friends debating Hogwarts houses that they are American and wouldn't have been in any of the houses. Ooh, controversial opinion.
Wow,
I've never thought about that.
Owen.
Thanks, Owen.
Owen, you literally just ruined my life.
Yeah, it's kind of a
And
buzzkill.
Now I'm really upset.
We
There
can be
is
transfer students.
Canonically, though, wizarding schools in America.
But the point is Hogwarts houses. We
Yeah.
don't have
I
an.
don't
We would
care.
have a direct
Houses.
analog.
I will be in American houses.
Oh,
Didn't they?
name one American house.
They had that American sorting hat and everyone did it and nobody remembered their school.
yeah, no.
It's true. Wait. Oh my God. I don't remember.
I don't remember. I don't even remember what the school was called.
But were they like the same kind of 4 themes or were they like different?
I can't remember.
I think that they were different.
Okay, bye. I don't know.
So there wasn't like a Gryffindor equivalent. It was just like a
Ilvermorny is our school. Y'all, no.
So wait,
no.
what houses were you all sorted into when you took the test?
The Hogwarts test or the Ilvermorny test?
the Overmorning
The Pottermore
The
official
Pottermore test.
official Pottermore test.
Overmorning.
I
I don't know.
That's what it is. What are you
Overwatch
talking
and Harry
about?
Potter together.
I said Ilvermorny.
It's really funny that you're like, oh, you mean the Ilvermorny test? Oh, okay.
The school that I couldn't remember merely 1 minute ago, I now know all about, actually. I don't remember. I don't remember my Hogwarts house. I don't remember my Ilvermorny house.
How
Do you not like Harry Potter? I'm just wondering.
I do like Harry Potter.
How do you not know your house?
how do
I
you
had crisis of confidence. I can't decide.
Between what?
Ugh.
Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, or Slytherin.
Okay, well, you should definitely take that test then.
I did take the test.
You're gonna take it again.
I think
I get
Simone's a
different results
Hufflepuff.
all the time.
Just saying.
Anyway, we don't get any pleasure out of this, Owen Lars the second.
Disappointing.
You and the Lars family can just go to
but-
heck.
But you never answered Chelsea's question. Allegra.
Okay, so I feel like inside I'm a Ravenclaw, but apparently I'm a Gryffindor.
Ha.
That sounds fair.
Ha! What do you mean, ha?
Ah,
What is ha?
because I'm a
mean?
Slytherin.
Of course you are. Of course.
You are?
Goddamn
Still
Slytherin.
Really?
Slytherin.
I didn't know.
Oh
That
my
makes so much
God.
I would have never guessed.
Oh, here's why.
Our relationship is that of a Gryffindor and a Slytherin, for sure.
And what are you?
A Ravenclaw.
That's what,
I'm
yeah.
just gonna slink back into my tower, making bad puns.
No, I think then, like, because of this, Simone has to be a Hufflepuff.
Exactly.
We have to, like,
I'm happy to be a
we're like
Hufflepuff.
calling the house corners
The
right
fact
here.
that she can't make a decision is very Hufflepuff to me. So
yes.
Good. Next question.
Why?
The Davenporter asks, what Sega Dreamcast game deserves a modern reboot?
oh my God. Sonic Adventure 2 Or Shenmue, because I really want to play it.
Probably. Well, Shenmue is getting not a reboot.
I don't want to play Shenmue 3. I want to play Shenmue 1.
We should just probably play Shenmue 1.
Yeah, I want to play Shenmue 1.
So that's what you would reboot as well, Chelsea?
I can't remember. Name me some. It's been. Oh,
You are looking at the wrong Hufflepuff.
yeah.
What do you? Okay, did you have a Sega Dreamcast?
I didn't. I always wanted one, and I think when Allegra and I were in Japan, I found some used ones, and I really wanted to buy them, but they were in Japanese, and it wouldn't have mattered. But someday I'll
Someday.
maybe.
Yeah.
Someday.
I don't know.
I had like 2 friends with Dreamcasts. I never owned a Dreamcast. I do remember that you could pirate the games by just burning them onto a CD. That was the one
Yeah.
feature of Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
But piracy is wrong.
Nope. Yes.
Yes.
Next question. This is from No Scope Radio. What game do you want a character cafe for?
I want a Neko Atsume cafe.
Yeah. Wait, that's just like fucking cat cafe.
But then it has all this cute Neko Atsume stuff, and there's the tubs there.
That's
So
a
you
cat cafe.
I'm just thinking realistically.
You can't have real cats.
I don't think No Scope Radio.
Don't make fun of me for not being able to read.
I don't think they said that
I'm
I
not
can't have a cat cafe.
educated. Question: would you only allow cats that are the exact doppelgangers of the Neko Atsume cats?
Yes.
Okay, Chelsea, what about you?
I want a Petey the Piranha Plant cafe where it's just the piranha plant from Mario Brothers. I don't know why.
What? Oh.
The piranha plant has a name.
Judging.
No, I'm not. I just
Oh.
Oh,
I
actually, I love him.
have ever.
Yeah. So the
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
so Petey the piranha plant is a specific piranha plant that is not in a pot and has legs and arms and
He's in
underwear.
Mario Kart. He's a racer.
Yeah, he's a
Why
racer.
does he need
What?
underwear?
Okay, who
we,
doesn't?
We
need
all
underwear?
need underwear.
He doesn't have genitals.
Why does Toad need underwear?
He doesn't.
Still wears it.
Wait, no, he's not a. Is he a plant? No,
He's a mushroom.
not-
Mushroom.
Well, but he's not a plant.
But he's
right?
still. That's true. He's
Mushrooms
a fungus.
do need underwear. That's
So
right.
fungi need underwear.
Oh, yeah.
But how do piranha plants, which presumably are carnivores and eat meat, get rid of their waste?
Well, like the Venus flytraps eat bugs.
Yeah.
So
How do they get rid of their waste?
I don't know. Maybe they poop in the soil. I
Yeah,
don't
but
Does
know.
if
you're-
something dissolves, does it go into the plant's body? I'm having another chicken nugget moment. No.
Just go to the Wikipedia page.
Actually, what character cafe would you have a game cafe character cafe game?
Morgana from Persona 5.
Oh, you just have Cafe Le Bon. That's very
No, because you can feed Morgana spaghetti.
so.
And
Just
a curry.
again. Let me get this straight. You'd have a cat cafe as well.
No, because it only has one cat in it.
Which
And
which
it's a-
version of Morgana is in the?
So-
Is it the one in the metaverse or the one just like with the bandana?
Both.
Oh, okay. Good.
There's like, so you know how they have like Hello Kitty cafes, so it's like themed all around Hello Kitty. This can be themed around Morgana. You
Yeah.
can only eat a plate of plain spaghetti with no sauce, and you're not allowed to have utensils because that's how he ate it.
Venus flytraps absorb their prey.
What does that mean?
They do have a digestive system of sorts, but it serves as a somewhat different purpose. I would have, as a cafe, a Cuphead cafe. And it would be very, like, creepy. It would be creepy. It would have a lot of weird corners and, like, different sections that would be themed. And all of the staff would talk like this the whole time. And it would be really great. And I would have a great time there.
Cool.
Yes. And they would serve me.
Your
and the
walk
cups.
cycle would change as soon as you enter the room. You'd be like have to walk like this.
I feel like I'd never be able to
jaunty
get
tune.
past the door.
I was
of the
compared to
Cuphead
olive
cafe.
oil once, and I have never recovered from that.
Really?
Yes.
This is
Oh my god.
this
I
is
think
like a
that's why I
Halloween
am the way
costume
that
that
I
you
am.
should consider for the rest of your life.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah. Next question. Thanks, No Scope Radio. This is from Malefiqueer. Mountain Dew and tequila. Yay or nay? Ashley, yay or nay?
No.
Chelsea, yay or nay?
I thought that the Fab Five was very harsh on that. I probably would drink it.
What, the Fab Five?
Queer Eye. New Queer Eye on Netflix, which is a very good show.
I've only seen 2 episodes, but I did see that one.
Allegra, yay or nay?
Nay.
I would say yay. We are split once again.
How?
The first time a Slytherin and a Hufflepuff have agreed.
Disgusting. How could you justify that taste?
Girl, I drink Fireball. I forgot what I drank. Fireball and ginger ale.
Fireball tastes like candy.
That's true.
Tequila tastes like sewer water with Mountain
Okay,
Dew.
so you just have a bad opinion about tequila.
Yes,
Oh,
you do.
God.
Yes,
No, I
you
don't.
do.
A table divided.
Moving on.
Next question before we're torn apart again. This is from I Has No Soul, or
me
perhaps
neither.
L Has No Soul.
Shit.
Best Brigitte ship. Brigitte, the new Overwatch hero, which we will be talking about later in this segment. I think Brigitte and Farah, because I like the idea of them growing up together and being like BFF. And
Yes.
also their armor kind of looks similar. Like they both have the big protruding chest areas that are not boobs. The big protruding chest armor. And I think that they would be super cute together.
What's their ship name? Brigara.
Regara. Faragit. Sounds like an exotic dog.
Faragita.
Actually, what's the best Brigitte ship?
I don't know. I think you present a pretty compelling case because they would have been about the same age.
Farabri.
What?
Nope, that's worse.
No.
No. You can't-
Barbary?
Farabri.
No.
That's hard to say.
No.
They're all hard to say because Brigitte's name is hard to say.
No, it's not. Brigitte.
Simone
Chelsea.
can't win today.
Chelsea, what's your best Brigitte ship?
I kind of was thinking Tracer, if that's kind of a boring choice, but it's like a size comparison. Like,
Trigonometry.
yes,
Is what that ship name would be.
sure.
Why?
Because it's easy to say.
Wait.
I'm gonna
But
cry.
how?
Because it's Tracer and then Brigitte, so trig.
I thought of
So
Hans.
trigonometry.
Oh, because that's Hanzo's line. Is triggered.
Okay.
Okay, it's
he
confusing.
ships it. He's been shipping it all along.
Oh my god.
That seems weird.
that is
is
kind
pretty
of weird,
weird.
actually.
It's kind of perverse.
I don't know that I like that.
Not in like a creepy way. He just let me rewind that back. He supports their relationship. That's why he loves math.
He's just out there shouting the one true pairing.
Can we go to the
The whole
next
time.
question?
No,
This
I
is
want you to answer this question.
I go with Brigitte and Farah.
Farabri.
No.
One final question for our lightning round today, and then we'll go into what we're playing. This is from the Dorabot. Favorite video game cutscene? Ooh, who has an answer for me?
I liked the glitched out heavy rain. Sean!
Sean!
That's my favorite.
The thing about that's great is like it's both a cutscene, but then it's also the game.
I know,
Like, it
but
just
it's
keeps
still
going.
going on. It's so good.
It's so good. I mean, we have a whole show about great cutscenes.
Honestly, yeah, I'm thinking of the Final Fantasy X one with the laughing, which
I do
I'm
love that.
still not over. I think the ones that I rewatch most often, though, the Sean cutscene, I rewatch a lot. Typical me. Any cutscene from Assassin's Creed Syndicate where Jacob and Evie are like ribbing each other and being cute siblings is my favorite cutscene. The table's covered in weird sticky stuff that I can't stop touching. And yeah. Sean!
Sean.
What about you, Chelsea?
Man, I'm thinking a lot about Tomb Raider, the recent ones, because that game had amazing. I don't just feel like it had really amazing cinematic moments. Like the first opening shot, which actually was parodied in the trailer for the new movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's like flung out of a boat, and it's just kind of like a beautiful dramatic opening where I'm like, this feels like cinematic in a great way.
Yeah.
It feels honoring the games and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Good answers. Well, let's talk about what we are playing. Ashley, you've been reviewing Moss this week, which is a
Yes.
very adorable looking VR game about a cute mouse.
It is. It is very adorable. It is very good. I previewed it at E3 last year, and then I finished the game in about 2 sittings. It's pretty short.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I guess like roughly 3.5 hours. It's hard to tell because when you're in VR, you just have no sense of time. But it is so much, I'm not a big fan of VR games. Just one, because it's just like, it's really clunky to set up. It's expensive, and I have glasses and it's like kind of shitty sometimes to do VR. But Moss is fantastic. It's very cute. It's kind of interesting because you get to control, like you can move her around with the analog stick, but you're actually playing the part as the reader, which is this like unseen, invisible force rather. So it's like primarily like a puzzle game with like platforming elements. So, you know, you get to figure puzzles out with her, and then you can, you know, like move some objects sometimes, like, and help her out, and like.
So you move stuff for her, and then you move her through the obstacles.
And then there's like basic combat, like a little bit. She has like a little sword, and it's really cute because she goes, ha!
How much did you ever read the Redwall books?
No, but I know there's so much comparison to that.
That's what I don't mean this in a derogatory way. Like any game that is like Redwall would be a good game to me because I loved those books growing up. Although the hares were my favorite animal in that series. But yeah, so what's the plot of it like?
So the plot is there's like a story, there's a narrator. So she's kind of telling you the story as you're playing it, and you kind of see, you know, this like prequel, and then you start like playing around as Quill. But you know, like her uncle, she finds like some like magical glass or whatever, and her uncle's like, oh my god, Quill, why do you have that? And she's like, what? He's like, why do you have that? I'll be right back. Oh my god, just hold on. And then he like disappears, and she's like, oh shit,
Oh no.
is my uncle dead? Is he okay? And then it's like, you know, she's like going in to try to find him. And I mean, the story to me actually for the first time was not the thing I was interested in the most, because the second that I booted it up, I was like totally floored, because I've played a couple of VR games before, but this one is by far the best one I've ever played. Like it just, I remember I was looking around, like when you boot up the game, it looks like you're literally in the Great Hall from Harry Potter. But it was like crazy because like every single scene, like I would make sure to just like look behind me, look up, and look around me. And like there's so much detail. And it's not just like oh, you're in this world thing. It's like you're there, but they do kind of encourage you to like lean forward or like stand up a little bit. Or,
So
like,
do you
move
feel
around.
like a floating entity within that world, or is it kind of like Lucky's Tale where it's almost like you're looking down on
It's like, so
almost like a toy set?
it's more like that, because each scene or setup, it's like almost like a diorama. So your camera is fixed, like you can't move like your own camera. You just have to like move her around, but you can move your own position. And like so that means like one time Quill was like on a piece of driftwood like up here, and like I had to have her like run over, but then I just kind of was like, wait a minute, and then I stood up and like I could look over the piece of driftwood, and she could like walk over there, and there's like all this detail that I didn't see if I just didn't stand up.
That is so fucking cool.
It's very cool.
And it's on PSVR?
It's on PSVR and nothing else.
That is,
So, I mean, like, I don't have a PSVR.
that,
Do I
tough
buy?
excuse me.
Sorry.
PSVR is, I feel like it is baby's first VR, where if you have a PS4 comparatively, it's the easiest one to get.
Yeah.
Because you don't need a gaming PC. You don't need to worry about the guts of your machine. You just have a PS4.
Yeah, that's true, because I found that like all you do, I mean, there's a bunch of wires, but you just like plug some stuff in. It like the setup for that is not as nearly as complicated as like Vive or something like
Yeah.
that.
And you don't need the Move controllers, right? You just use
No,
the
you just
DualShock?
need there's a PlayStation camera that you just like mount on your desk. And that like tracks your movement for you. But yeah, it's pretty easy to set up. Though I think my favorite thing about that game was, oh my God, when you like go in, there's some areas where like you can see where Quill lives, like her and her uncle. And you're like inside this tiny like mouse home. And it looks very like rustic and like old JRPG Final Fantasy like. And like I was just literally living my dream of like, I am in a Final Fantasy game. Like I'd be in a
That's so
library,
fucking
or
cool.
I'd be like in a temple, and like I genuinely like would look up and you could see like the light source. There's like an Oculus up there, or like you're positioned at all these very interesting angles so that like you can sort of maximize taking in your surroundings instead of like, we're just going to look over Quill, or we're going to be behind her shoulder, or we're going to be her. Like it was so much better that I could watch her move around.
So it feels diorama like a lot of times.
It
Right?
does. Yeah.
Okay.
Like honestly, I want VR to catch on, and I feel like it hasn't caught on as a general consumer movement, but I want it to so much because I want experiences like that where it's
Yeah.
just like the Disneyland
Mhm.
experience of just suddenly I am in this other world. Like that happened when I went to the Harry Potter. I didn't go to Harry Potter Disney World, but there was a Harry Potter exhibit that came to Seattle once, and they had the train
Oh.
pull up there and like sort of not sets from the movies or books, but just like it felt very immersive, and just like that little taste of it was like, oh, suddenly I'm crying.
Yeah.
So that's why I really want VR to continue and be more accessible. And I feel like I'm not necessarily super confident about
I think
that, but I want it to happen.
What set Moss apart though was that it was less like a VR game, and like they treated it more like an aesthetic experience, really.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's like the major thing that makes it different from the other VR games I've played. Because there's like games that are ported to VR, like Skyrim. There are games that are like sort of made for VR, but like Job Simulator, right?
Yeah.
But then like there's this, and I just feel like this studio like put so much artistic thought into how to present things and how you interact with things that like it really feels like you have like a photographer or something like positioning you every time.
That's super cool.
And it seems like Quill is very convincing, feeling real.
Quill is so cute. Even though she's a mouse, like she's a lot smaller than I thought. And at one point, so you can like hold her to heal her.
no!
And then like if you like pet her too, like you can like feel her heartbeat.
Oh,
And it's really
right
cute.
off.
And then at one point,
Fuck off.
I
You
think
should have led with that, girl.
no,
Come on.
I accidentally one time did this. I accidentally high-fived her and I almost cried.
Oh
Because I did that and she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh God.
I'm so glad you have a new best friend. And
She's
you're
so cute.
you're also playing Celeste.
Oh, yes.
hard left turn.
Hard left turn.
Hard. Because
Um,
it's a difficult game.
Yep.
Jeez. I mean,
Yes.
after what
Your
Allegra
game
said
is hard.
about the different kinds of assist modes, and like they are extremely flexible about the different types of things that you can turn on, which is very useful. Like I just turned on like you can have like one extra dash, for example, which like was immensely helpful. But this was like the type of game where I was like, I'm gonna get it because everyone recommended it, and I downloaded it and I started playing it. I was on the couch, and then 5 minutes later, I'm going from slouching to like sitting up straight. And then another 5 minutes, I stand up and then I'm still playing. And then another 5 minutes, I shit you not, I'm like pacing from the couch to the bathroom, like playing it. And I just like, I don't know. I had to like keep moving. Then I went to the kitchen. Then I went to the bedroom and I was just like, oh my God, this fucking game. And like, it
The
was
magic
weird.
of Nintendo Switch.
Because it wasn't even like, it was borderline not fun because I was walking around everywhere, but it like made me move because I was just like, no, I need to get into a different position. No, I can do this. I can do this level.
There's some kind of like weirdly comforting feeling about the repetition of that game, like going through the level over and over and over and over again because you keep dying. I guess that's the feeling that people have when they play like Dark Souls or whatever, of just like, okay, I'm gonna get this. I just learned like
What was that
one
voice?
extra move I have to make.
Dark Souls. More like Dork Souls, am I right? Hey! I've
That was
never
a
played
really
it.
bad high five.
No,
I've never
it was
played
very
it either. That's why it was a bad high five. But anyway, so yeah, like I totally get what you're saying, Ashley, because I remember when I first played it, I was like at the doctor and I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna like lean back, chill out in the waiting room. And then I was like so tense by
The
the
doctor
end
was
of
like, what's wrong with your blood pressure?
yeah.
This is
Before I like got into my doctor and they were like, okay, you have to come in, and I suspended, and I was like tense because it just really like makes you snap to attention.
It really does. And like, I kind of felt bad because, you know, I paid all this money and I was like, I haven't bought a Switch game like since Odyssey. Like, this is going to be great. I'm going to spend money. And then I did. And literally 15 minutes later, I was like, no more. I don't want to do this. And I was like, oh.
So are you done with Celeste?
No, I'm not. But like, I just like wanted to put it down and like haven't really like I've come back to it like maybe once or twice. But I was like, man, if I was gonna just pay more money for another Switch game, at least it should be something that not after 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, you know what? But I need to take a break.
But it's almost good because the game is like, well, you can take a break because there's so many save points and all that stuff. And so it's, I don't know, it's like welcoming and in telling you,
I don't
hey,
know.
it's cool. Take a
I
break.
got to a point where even with like turning on the extra dash. I'm like, I literally have no idea how you would do this normally, though. Like, I need someone to like show me, or like if there are, I guess I need to look up Let's Plays, but there's like this one area where I was like, this is physically impossible. What are you supposed to do? And then I thought I cracked the code. I was like, I'm so clever. No, I didn't. It's very hard.
Good to know. Chelsea, you are playing Monster Hunter World still, and you are upset about drop rates.
Oh man. Well, this game is making me superstitious, which I thought Allegra could relate to.
Really?
Okay.
It's not even, I have not.
Suspicious or superstitious?
No, superstitious.
Both I can relate to, but superstitious.
Let me just change my notes here because you wrote suspicious.
Well, autocorrect? I don't know.
Good. Why are you superstitious? What's happening? What's your ritual?
I'm trying to figure out a ritual, which is like basically there are like the cycle of the game is like you're trying to kill monsters, and after you reach high rank, you're like trying to get specifically hard to find parts, which are like they drop very rarely, like these gems. And of course, the stuff you want to make, like the armor that you want to create, always requires like that certain thing. And I play a lot with my boyfriend Sean. We'll play in separate rooms, and we basically have figured out like if one of us wants something, we'll never get it. And I even tweeted about this, and a bunch of people responded to me. They're like, now you know about the desire sensor. And I'm like, what is that? And it's like the whole concept from Monster Hunter games that if you want something, the desire sensor starts to know it, and you have to put it out of your mind.
Is that a real like algorithmic thing?
No, but
Superstition.
it's superstition.
Oh.
There's even a Twitter account for it.
Wow, really?
Seriously.
What do they
Wow.
tweet about?
weird shit.
Desires.
Is this
Desires?
specific to the Monster Hunter
I think it's specific
franchise?
to the Monster Hunter franchise. So literally I have to be like, no, I'm going to remove all the, you have a wish list in the game so you can like keep track of this stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm going to remove all the stuff I actually want from the wish list and only put in garbage.
Oh, wow. Wait, has that worked?
No!
I can imagine like you take one of those reporter notepads and just start writing down what you want and then folding it, putting it in your pocket,
Lighting it on fire, sending its ashes up the chimney.
turning
Exactly.
away from the TV
I'm
and
like,
eating it.
No, I'm just not going to think about what I want. I'm going to think about something else to trick it, which is
so weird.
crazy behavior. Sorry to ableist language, unhealthy behavior.
This is the opposite of that book, The Secret.
Yes, exactly. I should never wish for what I want.
Oh God!
I should.
What if Oprah played Monster Hunter though, and
It
she
would
used
F
the
her
secret?
up.
But what if she's like the one? I bet Oprah's the one person who's powerful enough to be able to use the secret to get what she wants from the monsters.
Do you think she could fix it for like people like Chelsea?
No,
No.
no. Only she has that power of will.
But yeah, there are situations where both Sean and I are after different things, and I'll help him with his quest, and he'll help me with mine, and he'll get multiple versions of the thing I want.
No.
And I get multiple versions of the thing he wants.
And you can't trade.
No.
I think what you need to like get rid of every single component of the armor that you want to make, so the game thinks that you just don't give a fuck about
Do not
it.
give a fuck. I think I need to get rid of worldly possessions and just go.
Yeah, actually, live like a hermit.
Yes.
Get rid of everything except whatever machine you're playing Monster Hunter.
Oh my God!
on.
I think you should also like give it some space, just to be like 2 weeks of like, no, I don't care.
Be
It'll come to
withholding.
me. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't need
you're
these
getting
fines.
off on
Whatever.
being withholding.
The thing that I feel about like wanting something like that to happen, like wanting something to drop, is that when it does drop, you feel so responsible for it. You're like, I've envisioned,
I did it.
I willed this into being, and it came true. And then when it doesn't drop, you feel like I just didn't try hard enough.
I didn't.
I didn't envision hard enough. It
Yeah.
was.
I didn't.
It's all your fault.
Or I didn't cut, like, there's literally no science to this, but when you kill the monster, you can go up to it and cut it, like you cut it up and cut some items from it. And it's like, well, if I go to this part, well, maybe I'll get it there. It doesn't actually matter. But yeah, yeah, you can just, like, there's all these ways where you're like, come on, video game, give me the thing I want. And none of it actually matters, but yeah.
Allegra, you're playing a ton of games this
Played
week.
a lot of games this week.
Let's start with Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, which is a game that I'm interested in, not just because of the title and my love for wine, but because it's about folklore and it has cool ass art.
It
Tell
does
us about
have cool ass art. Review should be up on Polygon.com right about now.
Polygon.com.
So I won't spoil too much there, I guess. But yeah, Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, it was first announced years ago and it finally is out, I think like over 3 years ago now. And it has this really incredible cast of voice actors and this really impressive writing credits. Like all these other game journalists and game critics and game designers contributed to the writing. So it is very heavily about writing and storytelling and just the act of what I find really interesting about it as a writer, as a writer, is that it is very much about the collection of stories, which I think is like life is just, a string of scenes that we are all experiencing and remembering and then potentially
Why are you
retelling. I'm sorry, this sounds very pretentious.
Sorry, I just really wanted to follow that with like, yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Let's just like ride, bruh.
Anyway,
So
sorry.
right,
It's a
Allegra.
fucking ride.
Allegra hippie.
Ride down the library, man. Let's book.
Oh shit, this water does taste like wine.
Yeah, so basically it's just like essentially you're playing as this guy's dude wandering across the literal country. Like you're basically a dude on an overworld map that is the country.
Hardcore.
And fuck you guys. I'm trying to be serious on this goddamn
I'm
serious
listening.
game.
You don't mind me.
Fuck you, man.
I'm just responding to what you're putting out here.
Just saying, I want to put out my vibes to the earth. Okay.
Okay.
So, you're a wanderer and you're just collecting these stories in the hopes of finding out where the water tastes like wine. So you run into like different weird things. Like maybe you like happen upon a lighthouse and someone in the lighthouse is like, hey dude, can you help me? And you have choices to say like, no, or yes. And then that changes the story you end up with. And then as you go on, you meet these other travelers who are similarly trying to find some foretold place. They won't necessarily reveal that information to you until you encounter them again and again, which you have the option to or not. Probably you should, because I get the sense that they're the people who will help you find where the water tastes like wine. And when you meet them, this is the part of the game I'm not as enamored of, because you collect all these experiences. It's really cool because you have a hand in them. It feels really personal because it's like, oh, I remember this. And I go from New York having gone to this lighthouse and then I end up in Kentucky and someone else is telling me about the story of the lighthouse that I already experienced. And so it like expands in the telling. It's really interesting how it talks about both collecting the stories and then having those stories told back. But when you're telling those stories to these other people who are similarly on some kind of epic journey, it becomes kind of like a weird puzzle game where it's basically like, oh, I want to hear a funny story. And it brings up your whole collection of experiences up to that point. And you have to like sift through being like, okay, what's the appropriate funny story? Because I want to try and like tease out this woman's story from her. And to do that, you have to like please her. And sometimes that doesn't work. Because,
So instead of playing a character, you're kind of playing two these other characters.
Like it basically reduces your really personal, meaningful memories into like trading cards or collectibles or something, which felt really jarring to me. But that's, that is a significant part of the game. But the other little stories that you collect in order to complete those segments, those are really fun to find. So that's kind of been the thing that's compelling me, and literally just like taking a train from Detroit to like Texas or something weird like that. Like I've been from something weird like Texas. I don't know why you go there. But...
Texas. Wow, you and Chelsea are just not getting
so
along
sorry.
today.
But yeah, like I literally have gone from New York to Los Angeles already in the game, which is really cool.
Where is this PC only?
It's PC, Mac, Linux right now. Yeah.
I noticed that you didn't say it's on Switch.
It's not on Switch, but they said other platforms are possible.
Damn it! I hate it when that happens because then
Yeah.
it's like, I
I
kind
wait?
of
Yeah.
want to wait to get
Vita.
it on.
It's probably going to
Shut
come to PS Vita.
up.
Hashtag PS Vita.
Hashtag PS Vita life. This sounds really fucking cool. The way that you described it kind of reminds me a little bit of Over the Garden Wall, as you know, one of my favorite Cartoon Network
Yeah.
shows. in that it's one of the few things that explores a folklore that feels very uniquely American, and not in a toxic way, but in a strange, fanciful kind of way.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I love about that show. Like, you wouldn't mistake it for happening in any other country.
Yeah.
Because it feels like very like down home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's
and-
very rooted
yeah.
in like American culture and American history. It takes place during like it feels like the gold rush era to me, but they were saying like the depression era, but I feel like it's
It's my brand.
yeah.
Wait, if your trains across the country is like, I think more likely the gold rush or the depression. Yeah.
It's like steam engines though. I don't know.
Hmm.
But I mean, yeah, because I think of Oregon Trail. So it just feels more like Oregon Trail era than depression, but whatever.
Yeah. I'm super
Yeah.
into this, and I'm gonna hope for a Switch release. And if it doesn't come out, I guess I'll buy it on Steam.
I mean, you can play it on. Lyra's playing it on her MacBook Air. You could do that.
But then I'd be playing it on a MacBook Air instead of on my Switch.
I know.
I don't understand this disconnect here. Allegra, another thing that you're playing is still Sega bass fishing. I almost said base fishing. I was
Okay,
very
well,
close.
actually, so last time I played Real Fishing 2.
Oh, so it's a different fishing
This is
game
a different
now.
fishing
My
game.
question for you was, do you have anything new and interesting to say about this?
Yeah, it's a different game. Hello. It's not the same
God.
goddamn game.
I think that fishing. I fished as a child and I still can't even find this. Come on, it's fishing.
Okay. Chelsea, we continue to
Okay,
not speak.
Slytherin.
Okay,
I'm here to
here's the
antagonize
thing.
Allegra.
So remember,
specifically.
Real Fishing 2,
Thank you.
I was like, okay, because again, it's my friend Andrew has this Twitch show called Night Fishing on Saturday nights where he plays fishing games. So last time we played Real Fishing 2, he was bad at it, I was good at it, whatever, typical. But freaking Sega Bass Fishing on the Dreamcast,
Oh,
no.
by the way.
The series you really want to revive.
Yeah.
is a lot more complex. So you can be a guy or a girl, and you can go to like different
Gender
locations.
essentialist nonsense.
And there's a tournament happening where you're trying to like get in the top ranks, being the best fisherman. And
What's
the
your
way-
backstory?
What's our backstory
Yeah, like, why do you care so much about fishing?
in the game?
Yeah.
In real life, I don't.
Who are you?
Well, Allegra, you forgot to say the fish you're fishing killed your dad.
Oh,
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you,
I was gonna
Ashley.
mention that. It's
He
a hard
nib-
subject for me. to
nibbled
broach.
him slowly to death. Like,
Mhm.
okay.
with his just
It was
lips.
slow and torturous.
Thank you for reminding me of how the freaking fish nibbled my dad from the feet up. Thank
Gummed
you.
him. Gummed him right up.
Can they at least start from the
All,
butt?
all that was left was an ear, guys. The butt. Ew. Don't talk
So
about
you're
my
at a
dad's
fish
butt.
Oh,
turn.
God.
Anyway, so fishing tournament. It's really hard. There's a lot of different like lures you can use, and there's like, so you throw the lure in and you can actually like reel the fish in, and it's really hard because some of them are really heavy, and you're trying to like basically accumulate the heaviest batch of fish by the end.
The heavy.
Stop laughing at me. They're really heavy and it's hard.
Oh God! You realize next week Allegra's gonna be like, "Well, I actually went fishing and I stood in the water."
So this week we actually played a real game called fishing. But no, so it's really hard. We sucked. We got in last place. I don't know if we caught a single fish in the tournament. So, what are you doing?
So I Googled how heavy are bass fish. And the first funny thing that happened was that it says bass mass. The second thing is that it says a striped bass can weigh 69 pounds,
Oh,
which I
that
think
is
is
nice.
nice. Fish are fucked up.
They are.
They should not be that big. I
Yeah.
don't like it.
I
The
don't
water is
either.
incomprehensible. Fish live down there and they're huge.
Yeah, they're freaking huge.
What the fuck?
It's scary.
But you're not around them most of the
What if I swim in a
time.
lake?
Do you,
What
you,
if
you
she
would be
swims
afraid
in
of a
lake?
lot, like a bat. If you encountered
If
a
I
bat,
saw a
Are you worried it's gonna
fucking
nibble you from the toes up?
60-pound fish.
What are you gonna? What's it gonna do?
No, that is either the apex predator in its environment or there's another bigger fish that would eat it.
Nessie.
I don't want to share space with that, even if it's just like brushing my
But
legs.
what about, okay, this makes you sound like you'd be upset to see a cow, which is a giant animal that just wanders around stupidly.
You see the cow though. When you're in a lake, you don't see the fish until it's nibbling you up from your toe.
Well, how do you feel about dolphins and whales?
I don't trust them.
Wow.
Nope.
Seals?
No.
Wow. Puffins.
I do like seals when they're on land. Birds, we've discussed how I feel
Okay,
about
no,
birds
no,
already.
yes.
We can't go there.
Okay, can I just say one more thing about bass
One more
fishing?
thing about this fucking game.
Okay, so 1, you're an asshole. 2,
That's the thing. You said it. We're done.
no, 2, that was about the game. 2 is on the Dreamcast. They released a fishing rod controller for this game.
That's
so you
right.
actually would use a little fishing rod.
Labo.
Okay. Yes! They'll bring it back. Sega's famous Labo.
Oh my god, Nintendo
So
ripped
weird that
off
they're-
Sega.
They did. They totally
They're
did.
in court right now.
Goes down in history right now. Part-time UFO is another game that you're playing.
That game makes me
and
very,
the last game that we'll talk about today.
very mad.
Why?
That's what that game makes me. It's by Hal, who made Kirby, our favorite. We all love Kirby, right? Very cute, has a really cute aesthetic. This little UFO, he lands on Earth. He doesn't have any money. I guess he needs money. I don't know why.
Totally.
So then all these dudes are like, or people, excuse me, are like, oh, we'll give you little part-time work because you have a little crane attached to you. So you can help me lift a box that I'm too lazy to lift and a little orange that I'm too lazy to lift because I'm a fucking lazy ass farmer. So you kind of just
Wow.
go in these levels.
We're going
really
to unpack
seeing
that
today.
later.
So you go through these levels and there's basically like targets like, okay, you have to stack 3 items or whatever. Starts out first 3 levels, easy, whatever. I stack 3 oranges. I got 3 fish.
Get
There's
me
a
to the
fishing
anger.
level.
Take me to the anger.
And the anger comes on level 4. I have to stack a tower of cheerleaders and it has to be like
yes.
2 meters high. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like they're in different positions. So it looks like you can make them like in a pyramid.
That's like 3 cheerleaders.
Okay.
High. Sorry,
It's,
go on.
it's
I'm
more
thinking
than
about it.
3. It's like 5, but the UFO is really small and really, it's really small and it's really weak. So it can't really like carry the cheerleaders or anything very straight. It's always on the precipice of dropping everything. So I try to like put the cheerleaders down gently and they just end up falling on their sides. And then I just have a massive cheerleaders on top of each other on their sides. And they're
You're
still
right. That
not
doesn't
2
sound
meters.
straight.
And it's infuriating. It's infuriating. And I tried this level so many times. And I had my friend try it yesterday. I was like, do this level for me. Cause he kept making fun of me for not being able to do it. And he's like, oh, it's so easy. Okay. Actually, no, it's not easy. Fuck this game. And then I just
It's a
never
metaphor.
played it again. So
Let's have another lightning round. Answer some questions about video. Oh, fuck off. What's the trick for big mouth Billy Bass fishing? Asks Mouthhouse Vids with a gif of Billy Bass, which I had as a child.
I remember
My
when those
brother
were
was
a,
obsessed with it.
those were a fucking trend for like a couple years.
Now I feel kind of bad for it. Okay, next question. This is from Grand Thomas Max. If Guillermo del Toro were to direct a video game movie, like he did for comics movies and Hellboy, which video game would benefit most from the GDT experience?
Ooh, wait. Bayonetta.
Oh,
Yes.
Good, getting away from the Kojima, which is where the mind goes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But it could be like, he definitely does hell in those aspects and demons already well.
Oh God, he could do a Catherine movie.
you
That
guys
also
have
has
interesting
hell.
choices. I was going for like Diablo or something.
Ooh,
Or Skyrim, which I don't know how that would work, but like
Hi, Skyrim.
I just think of like fantasy movies or fancy games rather with like big monsters and like sort of hellish things. Some I guess more
He
Diablo.
also does like
but-
fairy tale kind of shit. Actually,
Yeah, because I was thinking it's like he always has this like very dark but fairy tale spin on it.
mm-hmm.
So I think maybe like, ooh, this is just a random thought. Vagrant Story.
I haven't played that.
Yes, you people, some of you know what I'm talking about.
Give me
you,
a
girl.
10-second summary of Vagrant Story.
I mean, well, you're reading it.
Oh, it's an action RPG developed and published by Square. That's my.
It's a
PlayStation
square
1.
JRPG.
It looks like it kind of has demons in it.
Yeah, it does. It's dark.
I'll find out what that is later.
Oh my
What if he
God.
directed the Mario movie?
Mm,
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
yes, I was gonna say that, but also a Shin Megami Tensei game would be very good.
Perfect.
Not Persona, but like mainline.
Yeah, the main line.
Mhm.
Next question. And also, if you are watching on Twitter, we'll be doing the Twitter after show this week, and we'll be playing the Newlywed game again. So you can tweet your Newlywed game questions to hashtag Polygon Show. The ones that worked really well last time were the like, would you do this or that questions, or would you eat this or that, or whatever, this or that. Those worked really well. We love those. Any questions we'll do though. We'll be doing that after the show's over. Back to this lightning round. This is from Saint Alia. Which game without a character creation system would you most like to create a character in? Mine would be Horizon Zero Dawn. Yes.
That's a very good choice.
Do you have any other ones?
I hate playing as men unless they are cute teen boys. So any game where you have to play as a man.
What?
Okay.
No.
Anytime I have the option to play as a woman, even if I don't really like the character design, I'm going to be a woman. That's cool.
I would like to create my own Persona character.
Oh,
yeah. That'd be very cool.
You'd be super
Yes.
cute, first of all. Like, there would be no uncute options. And you would have, it would take me 10 hours to choose my outfits, except not, because I'd just be a school uniform.
Mm.
My
think-
weekend outfit.
What if like Breath of the Wild? Because if you had the ability to play with all of the very amazing races
Oh,
in Breath of the Wild, that'd be so cool.
That'd be very cool.
Yes, yes, yes. What about you, Ashley?
I agree with Persona. I don't have any original thoughts. Character creation.
You're so original.
I'm so sorry.
I would design a character in no, you can't design a character in bass fishing. Never mind. I'm sorry. Goof
well,
about
that
it.
would be good.
I mean, you can't really.
I would design a fish.
No!
I would
Okay.
design my own kind of fish.
Mm.
How the fuck is he gonna reel in his own kind? He doesn't have arms.
Maybe you're
No,
playing as
no,
a
I
bass
try to
in the
catch my
water.
fish.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
you.
I design a
What if
best
this is a
fish.
whole fishing game just full of user generated content? So you go out there and you just see a
Holy
lake full of
shit.
like
Like-
fishes created by Polygon fans or something.
Oh!
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
no! I don't want that at all.
I
Wow.
don't really either, but
Yes.
No.
Next question.
Mm.
This is from Edgy Poo. If you could turn one game into a dating game, which one would it be and how would it work as a dating game? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh my God, this is going to take some thought. Does anyone have an immediate response to this?
Oh, okay. Katamari. We love Katamari, the best iteration of Katamari. You're finding your cousins around the world. And I wish
Oh.
that instead of finding your cousins, you're finding like romantic partners. And so basically you have to complete each level looking for someone that you would want to date. And then at the end of the level, if you rescue them, you get to go on a date. And then it turns into like a cutscene where you're like taking them out to dinner. And then if it works, you go and like now you have a girlfriend or boyfriend back home. And then you just have a harem by the end.
okay.
I like that. I like that. What about you, Chelsea?
I want the Phoenix Wright kind of engine where you're trying to examine, like you're on a date and you're trying to like examine all the statements to see if they're true.
You are suspicious.
Yes, but also see if you like them. So you could like have to present evidence of like I have not fully formed this idea. I'm
No,
sorry.
I love this idea because I would immediately date Edgeworth. Obviously, my OTP dreams would come true.
Oh.
I can see that working like before the date, like if it was a Tinder date or something.
Yeah, and you're
then-
having to go online and like get all
Yeah.
the scraps, and then you have all this stuff that you've Googled from the person, and then when you go to the date, you're like, they say something, and then you like present evidence. That's a lie. Objection. Like,
Oh my god.
wow. I'm sorry. I'm so
Very
suspicious.
confrontational game.
Oh my god, I love that.
I don't know. I can't decide because then I feel like that would turn into a sort of system where, say, if you can pull out your like the answer that you know your date likes,
That's
which
true.
is, I guess, what romance mechanics are like in every game, but it feels not as good to me, you know?
yeah.
Like,
It's funnier just to prove them as liars, I guess.
yes.
Sorry.
So you're dating a bunch of liars.
Yes.
It's like Catfish, the game.
Oh.
Holy shit! But
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We have
That's
stumbled
it.
upon yet another layer of the, oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. We have a dating game, and then we have the catfish game, which is like the partner to the dating. It's like the opposite side of it. Is the catfish game, are we catfishing, or are we preventing
No, we're
catfishes?
like
We're Max and Neve, I think.
yes, exactly. We're Max
Yeah.
and Eve.
Yes.
We're solving crime. It's a mystery game, but we're solving catfish crimes.
Crimes of
Screw
the
your dating game prompt. We're making a mystery game.
Well, I was thinking about mystery games already because there's a Miss Fisher game now. Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries is one of my favorite shows, and I love murder mysteries, but I also want Jack and Franny to kiss forever.
You cannot stop kissing yet. Please kiss forever.
They honestly, they need to kiss for at least like 5 years to make up for the fucking pain I've been through. Ashley, do you have a dating game or a game that you'd like to be a dating game?
I think like some spin on Battle Chef Brigade. So you could like create
Battle
dishes.
Fuck Brigade.
Wow.
No.
That's absolutely not where I was going.
Oh, no.
It's just, it was wholesome. It's that you create these dishes tailored to the person that you like, you know, or you guess the person, you know, your love interest based on their appetite, not a.
I like that. I like that a
Well-
lot. The name was crying out to be said.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
What?
Not even a pun.
You're not in here.
Chef and fuck do not sound the same.
They're both one syllable.
Yeah, you could have said Battleship Brigade.
That's so much better.
No,
It's a double pun.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
I'm
not
upset
Battleship
by
Brigade.
that.
Why would
Anyway,
you
I don't even want to plan this out because.
I like your idea.
Actually, speaking of Battlestar Galactica, the game, right? And you always have to figure out who the fuck is the Cylon. But twist,
Who's fucking the
who's
Cylon?
fucking the Cylon? And what if and then if you're like, oh, I'm fucking the Cylon, then you need to keep your romance a secret. Otherwise you're gonna get killed.
If you realize, oh, I'm fucking the
Yeah,
Forbidden romance game.
like, oh, Shannon, you're a Cylon. Okay, I'm angry, but I will protect you from everyone on this ship.
Yes.
Yes, this is a good idea. Let's talk about some news. We all saw Black Panther. Yay!
Yay.
This is less news and more go watch that fucking movie because
It
it's
is
really
news
good.
in our lives.
You're right. It is news for us, and it's a movie review from us. Should we go around and have like a one-word feelings on Black Panther?
Yes.
One word.
Okay, my word was going to be yes, but now
My word was going to be yes.
My word is now going to be perfect.
That's a good word. Chelsea.
Fierce.
Ashley.
Empowering.
Yay! What do we give me your feelings.
Ugh.
Give them to me now.
I will defer to you guys because you saw it more recently, but I will say I wrote about it on Polygon.com.
You did write about it.
Did. So I would recommend you guys go check out my op-ed from earlier this week.
Well, I didn't read that, so no.
You should go check out my op-ed from
Why don't you
earlier
just
this
tell me
week.
your thoughts?
So I will give you the nut graph of my op-ed on
Nut
Polygon.com.
graph? I love a nut graph.
Nut graph is a thing. So anyway, yeah, basically like
A nut,
Don't get distracted by Ashley and
a
I.
nut graph is a thesis statement of a journal of a
Oh, it's fine.
news article or feature story.
yeah.
It's just called a nut graph. Nobody knows.
So as what did you find?
I just looked up nut graph, and for some reason, this advice opens with the title "Having Trouble Writing Nut," and I don't understand what that means.
It's about porn, baby.
Anyway, we literally have like 8 minutes left in
Okay,
the show, so
I
you
will
need
give
to
you
tell us your fucking feelings about
very
Black
abbreviated.
Panther.
As a lady of color, I don't really like Marvel movies. Not because I'm a lady of color, I just don't really like Marvel movies. But I also just have never really related to like superhero movies. I mean, obviously, like in my story, I was like, I really wish I looked like Black Widow, like her body's banging. I really love Peter Parker because I think he's my beautiful son and I want to protect him, but also I'm really anxious and stuff. But this is the first one where I was like, yo, yes, these people remind me of like my African relatives. My like aunt looks like that, and I can like actually see myself in these people. And that's really, really rad. And as Ashley said, empowering. So I super loved it. I even went with my mom and she loved it.
Oh my god! Does she usually watch Marvel movies?
No.
Sick. I fucking loved that there wasn't the mild spoilers, I guess, but like that the battle at the end wasn't a turn into like, let's fight a bunch of robots, let's fight this huge world destroying force. It was just like, let's grapple with two sides of a very complex issue that probably doesn't even have two sides, but it did come down to that. And there was just so much empathy, I think, in the portrayal of Killmonger and the portrayal of Black Panther. And it felt the stakes felt so big and so real, while not being like overblown or like on this scale where you could no longer like relate to it because it's about robots destroying the world. It was about people.
No, it was it was definitely about people.
Yeah.
It was also, so Simone and I saw it together.
We did.
It was great.
We drank a lot of sangria.
We drank sangria, fancy movie theater. But my takeaway was like, the women are leading this story, and I was just so excited. But like to see their scenes where it's like, oh, the women are taking charge. They're making all the moves. They're just like killing it.
Literally every secondary character that like had huge importance, huge relevance in the plot was a Black woman, and that was so cool.
Also to be that cool with the spear, just like yeah.
I really liked, though, aside everything that everyone set aside, I feel like it was the first Marvel movie for me that like stood on its own 2 feet.
Oh my God, yes.
Because like it did like reference a little bit of, you know, what happened in the Avengers, but largely like it was contained. It is like its own self-sustaining movie, which was really nice.
There were so few in-jokes,
Because,
so few
like,
references.
That's what I mean. Like, and you have other like later, like Captain America: Civil War. I mean, like you can't. I mean, you can, but you can't really watch that without like context of like pretty much everyone else. But this one was so good in that just like it's its own good standalone movie.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need like Captain America barreling in. It doesn't need Tony Stark. It's like, I think the cool thing is that, you know, they're sort of like this secret thriving society, and they're just like, well, we don't need anyone to fucking know about that. And like, I just think that's so cool that while like everyone was battling aliens and robots in New York, and what am I thinking? That country it doesn't matter.
Sokovia.
Yes. Yes.
The villain was human history, because human history sucks.
And I feel like there is a lot of empathy that the movie did show, and like, I can't get over how the women are the backbone of Wakanda. Like with tech, with like military force, with everything.
Yeah, like Black Panther, T'Challa, like he's a cool character, but he also has to be very formal and rigid because he is, you know, this king now. So it's really the women who I found far more intriguing and dynamic and with much stronger personalities. So it's cool that the film also recognized that and gave them
many.
I thought of actually, do you remember that scene in a previous, it was a previous Marvel movie. It might've been in Avengers, and Black Widow, I think like wants to approach, T'Challa. And then like, I think like she wants to, and then like she comes face to face with, I think Okoye. And then like, I think it was like a standoff of just like move. And then like, I think like he said something like, oh, you don't want to mess with her, by the way. And he was like talking to Black Widow. And I remember being like, who is that? And then I watched this movie and I'm like, oh, Black Widow, you better not piss her off.
Yeah.
Ooh, you're better than everyone.
Yes. Well, other news from this week. There is a new Overwatch hero called Brigitte, as we mentioned earlier in the show, and we will now take 2 minutes to speak about her. She is Torbjorn's daughter.
She is.
And Reinhardt's goddaughter, which is so fucking cute.
Adorable.
I'm so fucking into that. I did not play her yesterday, but I watched Jeff play. She's on the PTR right now. She's not in the full game yet. Probably a few weeks or so. So she is a tank. Is that correct?
She's a support hero.
Oh,
But
she
she's
is
like
support,
a tank-like support.
Yeah, very tank-like support. So she has a big-ass shield that's just for her, and then she also just shoots healing juices all over the fucking place.
She's repair packs.
Yeah, defense packs or repair. Yeah.
Repair packs, and then she has a flail. So she has like a melee, and then it also like extends. And then if you damage enemies with her flail, your allies around you get healed.
Yeah.
Which is so fucking cool. So I love this because it combines, I guess, my shitty play style of running in and being a fool with benefiting the people around me because they'll be healed by my foolishness.
Can I just say my favorite
yeah.
thing? This is tangential, but it is about Brigitte. So when we tweeted it out, someone replied to our tweet being like, "Whoa, Torbjorn fucks." And Ashley, I think it was probably you.
Yep.
You're like, "Yeah, he has so many goddamn children. What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Holy
I thought that was
shit.
really funny.
I believe I said, "Are you kidding? He has like 1 million kids."
Yes.
He definitely. I almost wanted to link this person to that Onion article that's just like local minister loves to fuck his wife or something. I don't know. It's what I thought of, and now it's what you'll all think of.
I just
Well,
love
you.
thank you for that gift.
You're welcome.
Torbjorn fucking has been confirmed for like 2 years at this point.
Yeah.
Come on.
Mhm.
Come on. No, I love the way that this expands the lore, I guess, because Overwatch as a team and like the intricate relationships they all have is one of my favorite parts of the game. And we have Anna and Farah, who are mother-daughter, and now we have a father-daughter team and Godfather. The Godfather.
The Godfather team.
The Godfather team. I find that so cool, and I love what she does. So let us talk about one single email.
I don't even think we have time. It's 6.
We're good. Okay. I have a short email. I think I do. Yes, I do have a short email. Okay, we're gonna do one email, and then we will hop over to Twitter for our final our newlywed game and our after show. All right, this is from Nico. Heyo, Polygon Show. Thank you for being a great and nice and positive podcast. I've greatly enjoyed listening to you folks while I replay Borderlands 2 with the sound off for the past couple of weeks that I've had off. I don't have a story or anything to precede this, so here's just a weird question to get to without any sort of context. What 2 video game characters would you most want to have as your parents? For bonus points, describe how a parent-teacher meeting would go. Okay, so I chose this because it feels like a lightning round question. What video game characters do you want to have as your parents? Ashley, you look sad.
I don't know. I always say that like I want Joel to be my dad, but I also really like Joel. I like want to fuck Joel, so I don't know.
He's also kind of like a shitty dad, let's
my
be honest.
not.
Okay, good dad.
Wait,
before
no.
zombies.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I revised my answer. It's Kratos. I want him to be my dad. There we
Another
go.
bad dad.
Why?
He like his whole family. He killed his family. First of all,
That's fine. He
And
can
he
kill
yells
me. I
at
don't
his
care.
son.
Whatever. His son sucks.
He's 12.
Good. I'm older.
I'm glad he's 12.
I'm glad.
Good.
I can learn spearfishing first, bitch.
Oh,
Okay. Kratos.
Yeah.
Kratos is your dad.
Kratos.
Okay. Joel's your boyfriend. Okay, that's good. That's fine. Allegra.
Okay. For my dad, I want it to be Kiryu from Yakuza. He's a very doting dad. He can punch the hell out of anyone, but also he can like put on a mascot costume. And he's really sweet and funny. So I would love him to be my dad. And for my mom, my first thought was Toriel from Undertale, which is kind of a weird choice, but she ends up being actually she's an interesting character. And I like dynamic moms who are like kind of fierce, a little bit
Dynamic moms.
scary.
Hello, I am Dynamic Mom.
I like dynamic mom. Yeah,
That's somebody's like Tinder profile looking for, and you know,
dynamic moms, baby. But yeah, so I like
Cupid,
a fierce role model who's a little bit scary and intimidating, and I think she's exactly that.
I like that. Chelsea, what about you?
I'm struggling with this, so I'm gonna probably give you a bad answer. I was thinking about Sojiro from Persona 5
Mm-hmm.
because he's not a great dad, but he grows into it, and I think he also would teach me to make some good curry.
Yes, that's a very good answer.
Shit, yes.
I don't have a mom yet, though.
You don't have
That's
a mom
okay.
yet.
I don't have a mom.
That's
yet.
okay.
You'll have one eventually.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You don't need to have one. I would definitely choose Evie and Henry from Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I want them to be my parents. Henry's super sweet and nice. Evie is super funny and smart and beautiful. She would be a very dynamic mom. Or basically, yeah, maybe like Lewis from Stardew Valley, not Lewis from Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
No.
I'm not that bad. Also, I don't think that Lewis should have children. I think his life has been really hard, and I think he just no, he would be a great dad. No, spiraling.
This was not a short email.
No, it was. You know, okay. Wow. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to the Polygon Show. If you want to send us questions for our lightning rounds, you can tweet them to hashtag Polygon Show. If you want to send us emails, whether they're short or long, you can send them to polygonshow@polygon.com. The thing that you should also do is rate and review the podcast on Apple Podcasts. If we get to 666, I haven't checked, but we want to get to 666. And if we get to 666, we have to get to 669 and then 6666. There's a lot of numbers is basically what I've understood. What I took away from high school math was that there are so many numbers and you can combine them. And we would like to combine more of them.
Ooh.
All the time.
Why does math sound sexual now?
Oh,
You
God.
are putting that on me.
What?
I did not put
You
that
said
out
battle
there.
fuck brigade like not 10 minutes ago.
I didn't sexualize
so.
math, Ashley. I sexualized Battle Fuck Brigade.
Can we just like roll credits?
And this has been the Polygon Show.